The baby boomer generation grew up during great technological advancement and cultural change. They witnessed the rise of computers, the advent of the internet, and the birth of many other modern conveniences. In this video, we'll explore some boomer skills that no one needs to know today. Typing on a phone. In the era of smartphones and voice-to-text technology, typing on a phone keypad is a skill that no longer holds much relevance. This baby boomer life skill was essential when cell phones first appeared, but it's become obsolete with the advent of modern technology. Instead, using voice-to-text technology or typing on a virtual keyboard has become more relevant. Memorizing phone numbers. Memorizing phone numbers was once a vital life skill that baby boomers needed to master. It was common to have a physical address book or a mental record of phone numbers for all your friends and family. But this skill is no longer necessary in today's digital age, thanks to the convenience of cell phones and their ability to store contact information. Using Phonebooks. In the past, phone companies used to publish a yearly directory containing the contact details of all their customers, which would then be distributed to their respective households or businesses. The directory was organized alphabetically, making searching and finding the information easy. They used to be so bulky, some people would even compete to test their strength by trying to tear them in half. But with the declining use of landlines, telephone directories have become thinner and, if they still exist, are not commonly used. Nowadays, people can easily find contact information they need by searching for it online through Google. Sewing at home. Sewing is a remarkable skill that's been passed down through generations. It's fascinating to think that before the advent of mass-produced clothing, people had to rely on their sewing skills to make their own clothes. In the past, tailors and seamstresses were highly regarded, and people would seek their services to create bespoke clothing that fit them perfectly. In many cultures, sewing was considered an essential skill that women needed to learn to prepare them for marriage and motherhood. Today, sewing has become more of a hobby than a necessity. With the ease of access to ready-to-wear clothing, many people have lost touch with sewing, but the importance of the skill can't be overstated. Posting seasonal cards. There's something joyful about opening up your mailbox and finding a brightly colored envelope or postcard waiting for you. It's a tangible reminder that a loved one is thinking of you and wants to share their thoughts or experiences. Before the internet, cards were a common way to stay connected with friends and relatives who lived far away. But with the rise of the internet and social media, sending a message online has become the norm. It's faster, easier, and often more convenient to send an email, text, or e-card than to write or mail a physical card. But while the convenience of digital communication is undeniable, there's something lost in translation from paper to pixels. The tactile experience of holding a card in your hands, the sound of the envelope tearing open, and the anticipation of what might be inside is a sensory experience that a computer screen can't replicate. Reading a map. Reading a map was once an essential life skill every baby boomer needed to know. It was a time when technology was not as advanced as today, and people had to rely on paper maps to navigate unfamiliar territory. It required patience, persistence, and problem-solving skills to read it accurately. Reading a map had its advantages. First, it encouraged exploration, as it was possible to discover new routes, shortcuts, and hidden gems that might have otherwise gone unnoticed. Today, technology has made map reading a thing of the past. GPS systems and smartphones have made it easy to find directions and explore new places without needing a paper map. However, while technology has made travel more comfortable and convenient, it's also changed how we experience the world. We've become very dependent on our devices, so much so we often miss out on the small details that make traveling so special. Writing in cursive. Writing in cursive is a beautiful and elegant art form that has been passed down from generation to generation. There's something mesmerizing about the flowing curves and loops of each letter. In a world where everything moves so quickly, writing in cursive can be a meditative and grounding practice. While technology has given us access to many fonts and digital calligraphy, there's something special about putting pen to paper and creating something by hand. Writing in cursive requires a level of focus and attention that's hard to replicate in the digital world. Unfortunately, many schools no longer teach cursive writing as part of the curriculum, deeming it unnecessary in a world where most communication occurs online. The library card catalog. In the age of instant gratification and information overload, The idea of using a library card catalog to find information almost seems quaint, but there's something special about the sense of discovery and adventure that came with flipping through those long drawers of cards, searching for the perfect book to help with a project or assignment. The library card catalog was more than a tool for finding books, it was a portal to another world. Each card represented a new adventure, a new opportunity to learn and grow. The process required patience and perseverance, but it also allowed for unexpected discoveries and happy accidents. While digital search engines and online databases may have replaced the library card catalog, the spirit of exploration and discovery that it embodied still lives on. Changing your oil. Changing car oil is a quintessential part of owning a car, and a task once considered a necessary evil by baby boomers. But today, modern vehicles have become more sophisticated, requiring fewer oil changes than before. Cars have become more fuel efficient, and the engine oils have become more advanced, leading to longer-lasting performance. Car owners can now enjoy the convenience of not having to change oil as often, reducing maintenance cost and their environmental footprint. And the auto industry has witnessed a significant shift towards self-maintenance, with cars equipped with onboard computers to monitor performance and alert drivers when maintenance is required. Balancing your checkbook. The rise of digital payment systems and mobile banking apps has made writing checks seem like an outdated and obsolete practice. In the past, checks were a convenient way to transfer funds and keep track of expenses, but now they're seen as cumbersome and time-consuming. Nonetheless, there is a certain value in the tangible act of writing a check. It requires a level of intention and focus often lost in the world of instant gratification and instant transfers. Furthermore, balancing a checkbook, while tedious, was a valuable life skill that taught financial responsibility and budgeting. In the digital age, it's easy to lose track of expenses and overspend, but the act of manually tracking your transactions and balancing your checkbook helped to keep spending in check and ensure you lived within your means. Using a fax machine. The fax machine was once a staple in the world of business communication. It was used to send and receive documents quickly and efficiently without the need for physical delivery. But with the advent of the internet and email, the use of fax machines has dramatically declined. Why send a fax when you can simply attach a digital file to an email and send it instantly? In fact, many businesses today don't even have a fax machine anymore. And for those who still do use them, it can be frustrating when the machine runs out of paper or ink, or when the connection is lost. But even though fax machines are no longer essential, they still hold a place in the history of communication technology. Getting up to change the TV channel. Before remote controls, TV viewers had to physically get up and change the channel. This wasn't such a big deal when there were only a few channels to choose from, but as the number grew, so did the number of trips to the set. It was a bit of an inconvenience to say the least, especially if you were comfortable on the couch or bed. Today, with voice-activated assistants and smart TVs, changing the channel is as simple as speaking a command or tapping an app on your phone. It's a far cry from the days of manually turning a knob or pushing buttons on a clunky remote control. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think we should still be doing any of these things from the baby boomer era? Let us know in the comments section below.